Hello, I'm back, Dr. Soyla Quesada, your host on Two Kids, One Doctorate. Thank you so much for returning. I know it's been about a month and a few weeks, so maybe a month and a half since my last episode, but I'm happy to be back. Very happy to be back. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't already, if this is the first time you're visiting my podcast, don't forget to go back all the way back to episode 1 so you can hear my stories about how we started this journey. And there's a special episode in which I speak about my grandmothers for being the badass women that they are and were, and that's definitely a piece of me that I'd like to share with you. That's episode 3. That's episode 2. So let's talk for a minute about fear. Fear. It's become a buzzword. Everyone's talking about fear. And I'm glad everyone's talking about fear. Because if we're not talking about fear and acknowledging the things that we are not doing because of the fear, then we are continuing to live in a not self-aware world, which is not ideal. I speak a lot about self-awareness, where it's taken me and where I hope it takes you. When you become more self-aware of your surroundings, you become self-aware of yourself, your actions, your triggers, your emotions, feelings. When you begin to dig deep into who you are, why you are the way you are, what about your life has made you to be who you are at the moment. It is very important to get to that moment of revelation. And not just a moment, it's a journey. I think it's moments of revelation. There is so much to learn about ourselves when we become much more attentive to who we are, what we do, why we do it. Fear can actually be what's driving you to do things that are the opposite of what you want to do. Fear is also what can be holding you back from doing the things that you want to do. You can be fearful of one thing and do the opposite because of it. You could be fearful to go for what you want because you are afraid to take the steps necessary to do the work to get to where you want to go. The word fear, as I explained it in this episode, I broke it down, the letter F, the letter E, the letter A, and the letter R. I used the F as to mean feed your faith and starve your fears. We have to feed our faith of self. We have to feed our faith in the process. We have to feed faith into our dreams and goals. We have to feed faith into everything we do and into the belief of self. If we don't have trust or faith with ourselves, then we're losing the battle there, right there and there. Right then and there. We need to feed our faith. We need to feed our faith in self. If we don't have faith, we really cannot start anything because we're not doing anything we want or anything we need to because our faith is so low. We don't have faith in anything or anyone. We don't have faith in ourselves. And so that doesn't help us move forward. I had not only feed your faith, but I had feed your faith, starve your fears. What happens when you feed something and starve the other? Yep. One has to lose and the other one has to win. So if you starve your fears, you will begin to notice that your faith will grow, your belief in self will grow, your trust in self will grow, your limiting beliefs will diminish. When you starve your fears, you will challenge those beliefs, those limiting beliefs. We are limitless. We are truly limitless. Yes, there are situations, there are people, there are systems that are putting limits on us, but we are limitless. They can put the limits on us, but it does not mean that we're not going to break through and get to where we need to go. So let's starve your fears and feed your faith so that you can be more successful. And remember that success to me means something different than it might mean to you. So take that, think about what success means to you, and starve your fears and feed your faith. For E, I have explore your passions. If you're not exploring your passions, that thing that's kind of like tugging at you, that you're just like, man, it's been at least 3 years and I keep thinking about this and I'm passionate about it. And why am I not doing it? You're not exploring your passions. You're allowing fear to take hold of you and you're not exploring what those passions are. I can also say explore your purpose, right? Because your purpose becomes your passion and your passions can become your purpose. So explore your passions or your purpose. If you're not allowing yourself to go forth and do these things and explore, figure out a way to begin to work on those passions, to do things that you love, because there's no fun in doing some things that you do not love. It's not. Then it just becomes boring, strenuous work versus doing things that you really love to do, that you're passionate about. Explore your passions, explore your purpose, because if you do not, then you're allowing fear to win. So explore your passions. Attract positivity for the letter A. This goes on to that negativity, the negative talks, and the negative beliefs that we have about ourselves and about what we can accomplish. My favorite hashtag is I can and I will. And I did. Okay? I can, I will, I did. Because we have to believe that we can. We have to attract that positivity into our lives. We have to starve those fears and replace them with positive thoughts, with positive outcomes as well. And guess what? If you don't explore your passions, you're never going to know what your outcomes are. So go explore your passions and attract positivity while doing it. Because guess what? Your fears will slowly diminish and you'll be living in power. For the letter R, reserve negative thoughts. Reserve them. Just reserve them for another day. And tomorrow, tell yourself, I'm reserving those negative thoughts for the next day. And guess what? Those negative thoughts will never see their next day because you'll just say, you know what? We can talk about it tomorrow. And tomorrow you're going to say, we'll talk about it tomorrow again. And see how those negative thoughts begin to kind of leave you alone. They're going to not bug you anymore. And when you are in that cycle of negative thinking and it seems like a whirlwind in your brain and you're like, why can't I do this? I wasn't made for this, or I'm going to give up on this because it's not giving me the outcomes that I want, etc. Talk yourself out of that. Replace that ish with positivity, positive thoughts. Replace that with actionable words. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. And I did. Tell yourself, you know what? I might not be good at this right this moment, but I will be good at this. I'm going to go work on what I'm passionate about. And I might not know the steps at this moment. I might not realize how much work is going to take me to get there. But I'm going to work towards it because that's what I'm passionate about. I'd rather work towards something I love and want and desire than to work just to work, to make someone else happy, to make my ancestors happy, to make society pleased with me. You know, think about how often we do not center ourselves in what we do. We don't. We're not centering ourselves. We're not giving ourselves that power. We've given our power away to other people. Yes, we have. And not, a lot, not our own fault. It's just that's the way we were raised and we were boxed in certain places and we had to do things certain ways. And we are powerful. We are powerful and limitless. And you have to believe that. So kick fear in the you know what. Thank it very much. Say thank you for your time, fear. And I'm going to show you the door now. And when you feel that fear coming through, don't fight it to the point where it's fighting you back. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge that it's there. That awareness that I started talking about when I started the episode. Become aware of where it's coming from. What is producing that fear for you? What is causing it for you? What within your thoughts is allowing that fear to grow within you? And sit with the fear and just really understand where it's coming from, why it's coming. Are there things that you need to be doing differently? Are there people that you need to start Xing out of your life? Are there processes and systems that you need to get out from? Like, what is it that's causing the fear within you? So that awareness is going to be very key when we're talking to the fear, when we're analyzing the fear, and when we're truly just saying thank you for bringing up your concerns, because some of the fear might be valid in that it's protecting you from self-damage, is protecting you from failures, and not that failures are bad, okay, but it's protecting you. It's kind of like bringing up flags for you, and some of the flags you can be like, you know what, I get it, that makes sense, but I'm still going to go forth and do it. Or it's going to bring up flags for you that are not necessary, they're not needed, they have no purpose within you. And you say, thank you, fear. I really do appreciate it. And truly just acknowledge that it's there. Understand where it's coming from, why it's coming, and let it go. And with that, I will end today's episode. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. And I hope that this helps you work through our daily fears, to work through maybe something that's holding you back right this second. Maybe it's something that you want to catapult into, but you don't want to because something is holding you back, that fear. Feel the fear and do it anyways. Take care.